through how I add audio to a game called Legends of Boom. We're going to check out this stuff that Tim Kitzrow just sent and chop it up and add it to the game. So he sends kind of a one long take and then listen to it and we'll get it in. So we gotta listen to it, make sure it's not messed up.
Piece of... The robot hung up on me. Arnie, can you believe that?
All right, so we're in the middle of that one. Let's see where we're starting in here. And so for this one, luckily, I finished it and I decided I would share it with y'all. So what I'll do is let's do the next one. So looks like we're using Audacity here. So I think this range is a whole segment, but we're going to test it out. I'm going to listen to this part over here.
Don't know for the clean...
So that's him talking to me. So what we'll do is we'll chop it from here to here. That must be the bit. In this game, Flip Rimrod does like welcomes. He's like a sports announcer, and so the character will do kind of a big welcome thing for the player. So a couple things in Audacity. What we're looking for here is we're trying to get it roughly trimmed to not have a bunch of blank space. And then at the bottom here, we see this total time. We're going to use that in a second. So let's check out this audio.
All right, welcome to the War Room, everybody. And we have a bunch of first-timers with us here today, so welcome. The Maury Povich Show studio is right next door, and apparently they got their tickets mixed up, so we got a lot of You Are Not the Father fans with us. And I've never figured that out, how they fill a studio every day with people who want to come in to see if some loser did or didn't bang some chick. Anyway, nothing against you folks, it's just it's my own hang-up. Flip Rimrod with you. Who's your daddy now? Legends of Boom starts now.
Okay, so that's we get I haven't heard a Maury Povich joke since the 90s, so that's pretty good. We're gonna take this audio and I'm gonna show you how I put it into this data sheet that I've made. It works with the Murtec software and helps us basically build code and all kinds of stuff like real easy. So what we're going to do first is look at how long this is, 29042. And we're going to write that in there, 29042, as the length in milliseconds. And then we're going to give this a name. So he says, who's your daddy at the end, so I just kind of, I just use something that's somewhat memorable. And then in Audacity, we'll just save that. And I've got it set to save into this welcome intros folder and export that OGG file. OGG files are superior to MP3s because they can loop. MP3s, the way that it's encoded, it can have a little bit of a blank space at the end, and so if you try to loop an MP3, it might pop. Now this isn't a looping audio, so it doesn't really matter. But I've been doing game dev. Really, just use OGGs. You don't want to use MP3s. You could use WAV files for really tiny files, like maybe a tiny like click or a boop. But they're basically the same thing for audio that BMPs are for images, in that they're not compressed. It's like the raw byte stream, and so they're huge files on disk. Now the only upside to that is that they don't need to be processed by the CPU to get turned into sound to playback. So if you were in some weird case where you had unlimited like disk I/O or RAM, but you were super limited on CPU, then you might decide to use waves or BMPs for something. But that's again an extreme case. In general, just use OGGs. So we got Who's Your Daddy listed over here on my left monitor. I'm showing you guys two of my monitors. I do have four set up. And they just kind of flank me. I've got like two like this, and then two, landscapes like that. And I'm sharing two with you, so hopefully you can see everything I'm doing. So we've got this listed in here. someday I can run you through these sheets. There's a lot going on, but basically what we need to make sure is that this path right here is the same as this path up here, and that I've got my new Maury Povich, uh, Who's Your Daddy Og in here, which I do. So cool. So that guy's in. So let's go to the next one. And after we do, I think there's like 3 more files to make here. After we do those, I can show you how we do a Steam build. Be exciting. So let's listen to see what Tim has to say.
Don't know for the clean G-rated intros we can say bang some chicks, so I'll give you a clean one.
Okay, so what he's saying here is that in this Who's Your Daddy thing, it's kind of the content's a little bit, there's some matureness to it. So over here in the sheet, I have this ATR underscore is underscore mature. I'm just going to say, yeah, that was mature. Because it kind of was. And that way, when people sign up and they have an option to say, like, hey, I'm a minor or I'm an adult and blah, blah, blah. And the adults can also make a small purchase to unlock all this mature content. We're doing that just so that kids don't have access to it easily. So this flag over here in the sheet will let us basically determine what content you get in the game. And so we're going to keep that one away from the kids. And then let's listen to this next one.
Welcome to the War Room. Hi, everybody. And we got a bunch of first-timers with us here today, I'm told, because the Maury Povich Show studio next door mixed up their tickets, and apparently we got a lot of You Are Not the Father fans with us today. I'm Flip Rimrod with you, asking, who's your daddy now? Legends of Boom starts now.
Okay. So, that one's clean. So let's do, we're going to cut that. I have this, I cut it out of the main file. I get them all kind of in one long stream from Tim. He records them in his studio and then sends me just one long file. So I take that and then I got to chop it up. So I'm going to paste it in here and we're going to look at this total time, 18:09:10, and write that down. And then we're going to call this one Who's Your Daddy Clean. Okay, I'm going to copy that and export this new version. Boom. Okay, so now let's there you go, you can see these. Now we've got that clean version exported. So cool. And now let's see what else we got here. And it looks to me, just visually, like we've got 2 left. So let's try it out. I'm going to go ahead and cut this, just in case it is. Paste it in.
If you like pina coladas and taking walks in the rain and tossing M80s into your neighbor's garage because he's a total tool and he hit on your girlfriend, then you're going to love Legends of Boom, the game that lets you blow stuff up even if you have an outstanding warrant and while you're still in your pajamas. I'm Flip Rimrod, everybody, and you're in the War Room. Let's get this party started. Oh, Legends of Boom starts now.
All right, so we're going to give this one, do you like pina coladas? And I'll fix my spelling mistakes. So we're going to, how long was that one? 25, one's 86, which I've already got. I'm going to export that bad boy. And then we'll go to the next one. We'll cut this out. Well, I guess I don't need a second, third Audacity, but it's all right.
All right, how's everybody doing today? Oh, Arnie, this crowd is amped up, and I don't blame you. You probably heard that today is our first segment, first installment of the Legends of Boom Celebrity Deathmatch. I can't wait for that. Arnie, we have such an exciting battle for our first Celebrity Deathmatch. We have They're real housewives that beat the crap out of each other in restaurants, their daughters' bridal showers, parking lots, and everywhere else. They're taking on girls who caught their out of work boyfriends cheating on them with their best friend in their stepmom's house. Oh, this is going to be a fight for the ages. Should be a good one. Get your bottle, get some snacks, and sit back and enjoy Legends of Boom. Starts now.
All right. So we got that. We're going to call it Celebrity Deathmatch. Go ahead and export that. And then I've already got the time listed in there. I'm going to mark it as mature because it, uh, had some mature content. If you don't want your 10-year-old daughter listening to it, maybe you just mark that as mature. So with that, now we've got our audio OGG files all exported here. So these were the new ones you can see, and go ahead and sort these by when they were last modified. As you can see, these are the new ones that match. So I've got 5 here, and you can see I've got 6 listed, but I've only got 5 in here. And so what I did was I missed one, and I didn't do that on purpose, but luckily it's fairly easy to fix in this. Let's see, Audacity. We can bring in the whole file, and then we just go back and luckily it's not like 1,000 of these, because sometimes I get a ton, like like an hour worth, and miss one.
All
sucks.
right, and welcome to the War Room. I'm Flip Brimrod, and for all you first timers, welcome to Legends of Boom. Whether you're in the audience today or competing, it's nice to have you with us. And today's game is brought to you in part by Big Losers Sports Casual Wear, designed for guys in their late 30s and 40s who still wear backwards baseball hats, cargo shorts, XXX sports jerseys, like to hang out in college bars till closing time, and ask their friends to help them move for free pizza.
So that's the Big Losers bit. So we've already got that one. So let's see if the next one.
Agent, I said.
Okay, so this is the agent one. I wrote the data in here, but I didn't ever export that file. And every now and then it happens. I got a little distracted, I think, getting ready to set up the stream. So go ahead and we'll cut this. Let's check it out and see if it ends there or not.
All right, welcome to the War.
Yeah, so that's a welcome bit. So it's going to end right here. I'm going to cut that, get a new Audacity, just paste it in. What's our timing here? 57:025. Yeah, so it's just a little bit off of the last time I did it. And that's just the basically the dead air on either end. And luckily it won't matter the way that our audio system is set up. So a little dead air doesn't hurt. Okay, so now let's double check. I got all my files good to go, and I'm being told to sign into chat. So let me see if that works real quick here, folks. Sorry about that. I don't know if that's what we need to do. Alright. One more minute here. Gotta grant Twitch permissions to Streamlabs. Streamlabs is the software I'm using to stream. Alright. Okay, cool. All set. So, we got our audio chopped up, and I'll be back in a few minutes to show you how I do a Steam build. I just want to make sure audio is all good. Later, y'all.